Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Do you know
that show? I'm Bishop.
Rooster here.
And today, we're swiping where?
Swiping which?
Left? Right? Up? Down? Is this a light switch?
Upside down? This is a light switch.
We're talking about, we've had this crazy conversation going on, and he and I have been talking about the age difference in the dating scene and things that have happened over the last 10, 20 years. And you young people, I do not envy you at all. You guys are walking through a minefield every single day. You don't even know what you're talking to.
Right, it's dangerous nowadays. You got to be careful with who you're linking up with and what you're doing, because
I mean,
you say one thing wrong at the dinner table, you're getting meals dumped on you and fucking... Jesus Christ. You don't like Clifford? I thought Clifford was still politically correct. Jesus.
I have seen some weird shit over the last 10 years in the dating world. And I gotta say, it is mind-boggling. Like, I am totally confused by it. I am totally confused by it. But I also look at my own personal life and I think, you know, if more people lived by the way I live in that realm, and what, you know, my ideal is that you go and meet somebody and you have the small conversation and you just... At some point, you just rip that Band-Aid off. You just rip it off.
Right.
And you say, look, this is what I like. This is what I do. This is where I'm going in my life. If you don't want to be there, great. We're done. Let's enjoy the dinner. Have a great night. Peace. Outside of that, I got no time for your bullshit. I got my own bullshit. Right. You got your bullshit. Keep it to yourself.
Right.
Right? You need a helping hand? I'm sure. I'll help out a little bit, but I'm not going to sit there and, like, carry... You know,
the whole fucking conversation.
I'm not carrying the load in that relationship.
Yeah.
But man,
it's super weird nowadays. Like, even trying to, you know, meet people, and people don't like to go to dinner anymore. Like, that's super, like, taboo. You know, people don't want to sit across the table from people. It's, you know, it's like in our generation, it's like sitting across the table.
Like to eat? What are you talking about?
I feel like it's less about that. It's more about, like, being stuck at a table with somebody for an hour and a half that you don't know. Like, it's a big commitment. And nowadays, people just want to fucking...
No, that's not a
swipe
commitment.
left and swipe right.
That's not a commitment. That's a commitment now?
Now, yes.
Oh, my God.
This surprises you with our disposable generation?
Well, it does, because a meal is a meal, right? You can have a meal. You can have a meal. You could literally have a meal with, you know, a group of people, right? And not have any intention on meeting somebody, right? And then you realize somebody's at that table that you really enjoy, and then bam, you want to engage with that person. But to say that you went through, or you met somebody through friends, or, you know, your own interactions, or one of these crazy ass websites, right, or apps, and they don't want to eat,
right?
Like, do you eat? Because I eat.
I like food.
I like food. Like, you don't want to sit down for a meal and just have a conversation? That's crazy to me. Are you serious about that?
I feel like it's more, at least from what I've noticed on the women's side, like, they'll be like, yeah, you know, I'd love to do that or whatever, and then the day comes and they're like, they start thinking about it. They're like, oh no, I'm going to have to go sit at this table with this person I don't know for over an hour and have to make up conversation, and it's just easier for them to be like, nope, we'll FaceTime for 5 minutes, or... So, and that's why I think it's better if you just, like, go out and get drinks with somebody. It's less...
That really doesn't pass the smell test.
The smell test?
Yeah, the smell test. And that we'll go into that in a different episode. But that is like, wait a minute. I mean... So I read this article a couple weeks ago, and I think we talked about it a little bit, about how casual sex in your age group is, like, off the charts. I mean, like, off the charts. Like, people have no quandaries with, like, meeting up with complete strangers, hanging out for, you know, a little bit, and just going and just dropping panties.
That's the whole point of Tinder, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God.
You're just like, oh, yeah. We both look good. Yeah, you like me? Yeah. You want to fuck? Okay, cool. I'll be at your house.
That reminds me of that old line I told you when I was in high school. I used to go to parties. Nice shoes. Want to fuck? That was the original Tinder profile. No, I mean, Jesus. Come on. I mean, what? What? How are you supposed to find anybody of any quality?
Right. That's the problem, though, is it's so... Dating apps, it's like, I am super hesitant to go on dating apps because I feel like everyone on there is either fucking batshit crazy, like desperate as fuck. But, you know, there are regular people on there, but lots of people have such high standards, you know, they're only looking for this and that, and it's just such a weird space to be in. It's so hard to get personal with people nowadays, you know.
You know, there's a channel that I watch on YouTube, and I love her to death, and she's out there. She really is out there. But it's in case any of you want to go check her out, I'll leave the link in the description down below. But it's Roma Army, and she talks about she's a men's advocate, right? Which is crazy. You think about that. You think about that in today's times. You've got a female that's out there like. You women are batshit crazy. You got to stop the shit you're doing because you're just killing these men. Right. But I watch and a lot of what she says, it makes perfect sense. I mean, it really does. She's got a lot of really good insight to what's going on in our culture, and she compares that to what she feels like it should be, right? As a woman, right? And it's crazy. It's some of the stuff that she points out is just insane. And then she pulls up these video clips of these women on their TikToks and their Instagrams and their Facebook feeds and YouTube shorts and things like that of them just bashing men. And people wonder why the birth rate's down. I mean, if I was your age, I'd be like, no, I'm cool, man. I'm good.
No, thank you.
I'm good. I'll just chill at the house. I'll make some ramen and watch an anime.
Right. That's the scary part, is you never know. Like, because now radicalized thinking is like in all areas is so common. It's like you go on a date with somebody and then they're they're fucking putting you on the spot talking about fucking whatever it be, you know. They're a vegan and you're not a vegan. You go to eat a bite of your steak and you're getting fucking blood and feathers dumped all over you the next second.
I'd have a big problem with that. Because, I mean, if you've been following the channel, I like to eat animals.
In case you didn't realize.
Yeah, and PETA for me stands for people eating tasty animals. So, if you haven't figured that out yet. But, I just look at the younger generations, and don't get me wrong, I grew up in a time that was kind of at the tail end of, like, this really hardcore male chauvinistic side of things, right? I don't agree with all that. I really don't. And there's a time to be playful, and there's a time to, kind of go outside the lines a little bit. But that's when you're with somebody that's comfortable with those situations.
Exactly.
If you're just a complete asshole and you're out there
going up to fucking strangers and shit.
That's not okay. That's not okay. But I just, like I told you earlier, I feel like the younger generation, especially with men trying to date women, it's like you swimming with a bunch of great whites with 1,000 cuts on your body. You just don't know which shark is going to get your ass. I don't know. And but the other part of that is, I've seen a lot of these younger women, and more power to you women, really. I mean, good for you for being strong and going out there and making your voices heard. But at the same time, you want to tell everybody how much you don't want to be objectified. But you see what these girls wear?
Oh, yeah.
You see what they idolize in the media and in entertainment?
Right.
This is not okay. It's never been okay.
I hate to put it on women and be like, oh, if you don't want to be objectified, then don't dress like that or whatever. Because they should be able to dress however they want.
But men do it as well.
But exactly, it goes both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, for them to point out that, you know, oh, well, she's got no brain and, you know, I'm just going to, you know, hit it and quit it. You know, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
For an old guy, for me to say something like that, there's some fucking wrong shit going on. Because if I know that term, there's too much of it going on. you know, but because there's a ton of great women out there that really want a real partner. They really do. And they just get objectified. But at the same time, look at you people got to stop with, you know, idolizing this media shit.
Right.
With music and movies and everything else.
Especially on, like, TikTok and shit.
Oh, my God. That is like...
75% of TikTok is shaking ass, in case anyone hasn't been on TikTok. But it's like, that's literally the entire fucking app, basically. It's like,
oh, my God.
And then these people go in there shaking ass. They'll make it. Their next video will be, you guys need to stop objectifying and talking about my body and shit. After she's fucking twerking to Cardi B in the previous video.
Oh, let's not talk about Cardi B.
I couldn't tell you a thing about Cardi B.
My God. Oh my God. Well, I mean, just what I followed through different avenues and things, and some of the debates and exchanges that I've seen that have become public. That, oh my God. If you think WAP is a good song, you need to stop for a second, look at yourself in the mirror and go, I need to read a book. Because that is not okay.
Right.
That is not okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am totally down for anybody and everybody having a good time consensually, right? Consensually. But to just strip away all responsibilities out of that is not okay. That is not okay. I mean, that's like dining and dashing, man. Right. Eating all your favorite foods and you ain't got to put a penny on it. That is not okay. That is not okay. It isn't good. So, let's stop for a second. When you go out, which, is there a blue moon coming up?
I was like, what did you just say?
What do you do? I mean, what do you do? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Because I'll just tell you right now, I am as interested in sex and relationships as I am in cookies. And Kevin Hart said that best. I mean, I got to give him credit where it's due. But, I mean, a snickerdoodle does it just as much for me as a piece of ass. But you, on the other hand, you're young. I mean, you got your life ahead of you. What do you look for?
The only thing to do is to go to the bar, which fucking sucks.
That's horrible.
Because it's just terrible. Everybody there is fucking crazy. You know, it's like the bar is a terrible place, but there's nowhere else that's socially acceptable to reach out to women. That's not, so you're not viewed as like a creep or something. You can't walk up to girls in the grocery store and, you know, fucking start a conversation with them anymore and fucking talk to them. So
to me, at this point, I think, I hate saying this, but you'd have better chances of meeting somebody you really wouldn't know at Comic-Con than you would at a bar. Right?
For real, though. 100%.
I mean, you got that chick over there rocking them Klingon freaking forehead things, right? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go back to my star base.
I don't know, man. I just look at it and I think to myself when I read these articles about how globally, you know, the birth rate is down and, you know, it's getting to a point where they're saying it's critical and things like that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that. Was that bad?
Oh, yeah. So the report that just came out was the birth rate, which was shocking over the last year, was down 6%. Now, we're not a huge country by any means. I mean, there's countries that have literally billions of people in them, right? We're at like 360 or something like that.
Yeah, almost 400K, yeah. 400 million.
400 million.
Yeah, not K.
Beer.
Beer.
Beer. but I wish it was 400K.
Right?
Traffic would be awesome.
I'd be spreading out. Like, you see all this? My land.
But 6% in a year. You would have thought it would have been the reverse with everybody
With people being at
locked up.
home and yeah.
So, I don't know.
The dating world is crazy, folks. If you can stay out of it, stay away.
You know, look at the numbers. I mean, it's kind of shocking, but over the last 10 years, it's a steady downtrend. It's a steady down.
The birth rate, or
yes,
okay.
It's a steady downtrend, and it's gaining momentum further and further down.
Which doesn't surprise me, because all my friends, everyone I know my age is like, I ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Right, but
I ain't having a baby till I'm fucking 30, 35.
But you gotta acknowledge that everything that's going on in the dating world and like, you know, the nuances, the do's and the don'ts, and this and that. I mean, I've done plenty of 5,000 piece puzzles, man, and I can do them all day long. But I ain't touching what's going on out in that world. That's ridiculous. Right. That is ridiculous. But but it shouldn't be a shock. It shouldn't be a shock that the birth rates are down, right? But then I look at what some of these people do, and some people, you know, the fastest growing trend in the U.S. is high school sweethearts.
What about high school sweethearts?
They're still together.
Oh, really?
Right. And without throwing out names or nothing, but you know somebody that's in that bracket. So it's like, you know, and I know somebody that's in that bracket. I know 2 young couples that are in that bracket. And it's like, that's really weird because we haven't seen the high school sweetheart trend, right?
So it's like the 50s, right?
Well, I mean, it's always been existent, but it died off for a while during the 60s, 70s, picked back up in the 80s, kind of lingered in the 90s. We had the grunge period. It was weird. And then it kind of died off again, and now it's picking back up, right? But I'm like, really? Like, you think you can find security when you're that young?
Yeah, right. That you know a person well enough that you're willing to spend literally the rest of your life with them?
I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. If it works, it works. And if, you know, you've tested waters and you're like, you know what you like, and the other person knows what they like, and they found that nice little hot tub that you both can chill in.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
But it's weird to me to think that these young kids are in that mindset.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, isn't that natural as a kid to think that you know everything and
absolutely.
This is going to be the exact same for the rest of my life. I'm going to love this girl.
Absolutely, yeah. Trust me. I've had many a conversation on that one, and I have to go, you were really surprised? You know, she went down to, you know, Cabo for 2 weeks. You didn't think that Hernandez down there wasn't, like, scoping that?
Felipe is over there getting his piece. Stay away, people. It's dangerous waters today.
Oh my God.
Unless the next round's on you guys.
We gotta go. Cheers.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, you know, that show.